This video is brought to you by
Hey, bro! I see you, sis. I see you, sis.
Yeah, baby. Got that cool green, baby. Got that cool green. We ice.
You already know what it is. Cool green clothing. We done gone worldwide, and we coming straight out of Baltimore. If you're in town, come on down at 215 West Saratoga Street and shop with us. And if you're not in town, go online right now at coolgreenclothing.com and make your purchase. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you ain't cool and getting the green, you're in the way, and that's just basic.
What's going on, YouTube, fam? It's your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of the Baltimore Way, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story and all the details in the case. For the day one, fam, y'all already know it's all love. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Oh yeah, feel free to share the channel with your peoples. Everybody is welcome. Let's get right into the story. In a lot of cases, the bond between a mother and son is a strong one. Even if it's a full family with a father in the house, it's just something about a mother's love and nurturing spirit. But a lot of women raising boys, they understand. The world outside is cold and unforgiving, especially for a young black man. So she might take extra steps to make sure her son has the tools and knowledge he needs to go out here, not become a statistic, and make something of himself. And with single mothers, it gets even deeper. They have that independent spirit to work hard, provide for their babies, give them the best life they possibly can, even if their child father doesn't want to participate or help raise them. Of course, there's nothing wrong with giving your kids the best, but sometimes when we are trying to make up for something, feel guilty about past mistakes, we can overdo it, and that often spoils the child. Some kids understand balance. They grow up hearing no all the time. In order to get what they want, they have to earn it, get good grades, and do things around the house. But other kids are not used to hearing no. There's no discipline when they do something wrong, leaving no accountability. Raising the kind of person you can't tell nothing to. It might seem cute as a child, a little spoiled, hard-headed kid, but when your baby becomes an adult with no fear of consequences, their actions could affect you in more ways than you can imagine. And on this episode of the Baltimore Way, we'll be taking it all the way back to 2005 to discuss the case of a teen's evil plot to get rid of his mother that backfired after bragging to a friend. Back in 2005, 52-year-old Margo Baker had made a good life for herself. She had a good job at Harbor Hospital. Everybody in her community loved the woman, but she had been living at for the past 20 years, the Park Heights area of the city. Ms. Margo had older kids and had prided herself on being a great mother, even if she had to take extra shifts at the hospital or go without herself. She made sure her kids had their needs and even most of their wants, including her teenage son. At the time, 18-year-old Ross Tep, who she was very close to. They had that strong mother and son bond, and even though considered a grown man, a lot of people told her, "You spoil that boy and baby him." Ross knew he could get whatever he wanted from his mother, even when he started bucking the system. And even though he didn't have to, he would hit the block and try to get a few dollars with the trappers around his way, leading to him getting jammed up, and which of course, every time his mother was right there to bail him out, even giving him money out her own pocket so he wouldn't feel obligated to play in the streets. As Ms. Margo believed in hard work and getting things the old-fashioned way, and that was through an honest job. She would purchase a new car, a SUV, so she can get back and forth to work and maneuver through the city without catching an MTA. She loved her truck and was excited, but of course, when Ross asked his mother could he borrow her car, she just couldn't say no. On April 27th, 2005, Ross spent a few blocks with his mother's truck. He brought it home and gave her the keys. Being a typical parent, she walked outside to make sure the vehicle was in one piece when she noticed a big scratch on one of her rims. Tired of Ross being reckless, she addressed the situation, asking the young man about the scratch And where did it come from? He denied being the one who scratched the rim, and his mother continued to fuss him out. Fast forward a few days later, co-workers and family became concerned when they didn't hear from Margo at all, or she didn't show up for her shift, which definitely wasn't in her character. Ross even seemed concerned, calling family, telling them his mother hasn't been home in days, in which everyone encouraged the young man to file a missing persons report. He went to the local police station and told them his mother was missing. When they asked when was the last time he saw her, the young man stated, "I borrowed her car on April 27th. He told police when he brought her home that night, she talked to him, he went to his room to change clothes, and then she told him she would be back. She was leaving with a friend, but he didn't know their name. Since only Ross and Margo lived in the house, police didn't expect any foul play at first. They took the report serious and deemed the woman missing. Family and friends would all come together, print out flyers with Margo's picture on it, and pass them around the neighborhood. They handed them out to neighbors and other people walking through. Ross seemed upset and worried about his mother as he talked to multiple neighbors and begged for answers. As weeks went on, it was still no trace of Miss Margo. It's like she had disappeared and didn't want to be found, until police got a lead. One of Ross' friends came to the station with his mother and claimed Ross had been making some crazy statements, telling them and bragging about killing his mother, saying he got tired of her fussing him out over the car, so he stabbed her multiple times, even laughing, saying police and his family fell for him, crying and acting hurt, but telling his friend he was happy she was gone. With that new information, police went to pick Ross up for an interview. Using time as a tactic, they questioned the young man all night, for hours and hours, to the point he broke, telling them he just wanted to go home. He stated, "If I tell y'all what happened and where the body is buried at, can I go?" Police agreed, and Ross took the bait. He told them he made a mistake in April and scratched up the rims on his mother's car. He stated when he came in the house, she was mad. He stated his mother started fussing him out, and he got tired of it. So he grabbed a steak knife from the kitchen, blacked out, and sliced his mother multiple times. Once he realized she wasn't moving, he wrapped her up in plastic and drove her to the infamous park in the city, Lincoln Park, and dumped her body. Sticking to the agreement, Ross took police to the exact location where they found Miss Margo had been dumped off into a deep ditch and had more than 40 stab wounds all over her head and body. Of course, with that confession, Ross wouldn't go home, but be taken into custody, charged with the slaying of his mother. Family and friends couldn't believe it, that the young man would do something like that, especially to the only person that looked out for him. As the case made its way to court the following year, the family was torn, as Ross looked back at his peoples, cried, and apologized for his actions, claiming he missed his mother every day and regretted what he had did. Some family even asked the judge could they be lenient on the young man, and Ross' attorney asked could the young man be sent to a youth program rehabilitation center, but the judge felt Ross was cold and calculated, bragging about what he did to his mother and lying to family, even helping everybody look for her, passing out flyers, knowing she was gone. In the end, at 19 years old, Ross pled guilty to second-degree murder and was sentenced to 33 years in prison. Rest in peace to Miss Margo. I send my prayers and condolences to her family. This story is a prime example how you can bust your tail, give your kids everything they need and want, and they still can turn on you. For some people, fortunately, it doesn't go this far because they learn early on. It might hurt, but sometimes you got to cut the cord when your kids become grown and expect to still be treated like babies. But some parents never let go. That's why you see men and women 30, 35 years old who mother and father still helps them with their bills, getting them cars when they need one, feeling like and thinking in their mind that they are helping their kid get ahead. But are you really? Because as soon as you say no or cut them off, here comes the resentment. But I want to leave this one open for discussion. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the situation. And with raising your own kids, if you have them, do you try to get them everything they want? Make sure they never go without? Or do you feel like spoiling a child can backfire? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, man, crazy story. Rest in peace, Miss Margo. I definitely send my prayers and condolences to her family. But I ain't gonna talk too much more about this one. Oh yeah, before I get out of here, y'all be sure to go follow me on Instagram at _Tony 2 times. I'm gonna be posting more over there, sharing videos, sharing stories. So if you want to connect, send something y'all might want us to touch on or promote your brand, be sure to hit me over there. But that's it for this episode of the Baltimore Way. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. It's your boy Tony 2 times. Y'all already know it's all love, fam. I'm out.